Right, what we have here is the American Fender Dark Night Pro. Just turn it over so you can see the serial number on the back, which is that. Should be able to see that. Turn the light a bit. US 21 model, 75th anniversary job. So I just put that back in there. Easiest place to restring a guitar, to be fair, is in the case. So what I'm going to do, or kind of in the case anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and I'm going to wind off all of the strings just to sort of take the tension off them a little bit. So doing that with that one as well, that one as well, and that. Now this has got 10s on at the moment and I just don't like them. So we're just going to take them off and replace them with a set of 9s. As you can hear the sound going down there. That's great. Take all the tension off them, as you can see. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut those and get rid of them. So here we go. Up there. Just to cut a couple at a time. There we go. And last but not least, dink, high E string. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these off this end. You got to be careful with these because they can be a bit sharp. Somebody said spiky, I saw in one video, but not spiky. I know they're sharp, they do cut. There we go. Take them off one at a time. There we go. Take them out. Last two thin ones. There we go. Now the strings I'm using today aren't the standard sort of Ernie Boyle super slinkies and things like that. I've gone a little bit more up market. Use some really nice Elixir ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but honestly I genuinely think that they are worth the money. What I'm doing here is I'm just knotting them up so they're in a nice neat bundle. Just put them over there on the chair and that's got them out of the way. The neck on this is nice and clean, so I'm going to go down this end. Just going to stand this up and I'm going to poke them all through these holes. And they're going to come out like that one at a time. There's one, two. Now you notice on these ones they're all different colours. I don't know what make of strings these are because I didn't put these on. 2021 model, I can't assume that they're the original Fender ones, so either way, don't know what they are. Right, so just put that back there. With a guitar like this, roughly a value of around about, I don't know, 1,800 to 2,000 pounds, give or take. You want to make sure that it's not getting scratched and you're not putting it down on a rough surface or anything like that. Right, so Elixir electric guitar strings. Right, now what I need is, I should have had earlier on, there we are. Yep, getting a bit old, need the glasses on. Alright, so I'll stick that on. Ah, there we go, I can see now. Right, so we've got nickel plated, nano web coated guitar strings, and what I'm doing is, if I put them all the right way around, you can see they're going from the bigger number to the smaller number, all the way from a 9 to a 42. So I'm going to start with the 42 and put these over here, just there, and discard the envelope. Alright, so I'm going to take this. All I'm doing is just unwinding this carefully, making sure it doesn't scratch the guitar as it jumps out, because they can do. Right, I'm going to go to the back of the guitar and I'm going to thread that through the back hole into that top hole there. There we go. So it goes. They sometimes can be a little bit fiddly, but they're usually not too bad. And that's it now. Pull that right through. Yeah, don't worry about being too gentle with these. It's not that big a deal. Right, so it's going to this pin here. This one there, the first one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, that's where I want to be. I'm going to go past by 2 pins. So I'm going to go past my 2 pins to there, and then I'm going to cut it there, like that. And then that means that we're going to end up with a nice, neat wind. Right, we'll put that through there like that. And I'm going to turn it, make sure I turn it the right way. That's it, around it goes. It's a little bit awkward with it being in the case. It should be really propped up a little bit. But once I get it going and just past a certain point, I'm just going to just drag it back just a tiny little bit. Like that, so I end up with a really neat edge. I keep tension on it with my hand, and I'm just going to wind it on, like that. Now I want it to go nice and low on the post, so just keep it held down like that, and do that. Now once I get it going a little bit, stick this fella on, and just wind, like that. It'll be awkward. And the other GoPro is getting in the way a little bit, so we might have to move that fella. Just back a little bit, never mind, we'll see. So just winding that on there, like that. You can see by my thumbnail there the amount of tension I'm keeping on the guitar. Up there, a little bit of a back wind, and it's going on nice and neatly there for us, which is what we want. Make sure it goes into that little groove there. And then I realise that I've put it on the wrong way. So if you make a mistake like that, and I'm going to leave that in the video, I'm going to wind it back, I'm going to take it off, so just like that, and then I'm going to keep winding in that way, and then we'll realise that we've got it on the right way around this time. See, so even when you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Just take your time, start again, all is good. Now I could lie and say I did that on purpose, but I didn't. Yeah. And around she goes, and that's there. I'm putting enough tension on the string just to get some tone out of it, but not enough to sort of do any damage or snap it. Right, so that's that one. So I'm just going to move this little GoPro camera out of the way a little bit. Better angle on it. And off we go. So this time we'll make sure we go the right way around. So round she goes like that. See, even the best of us can make a mistake. Just push it back a little bit. Don't want a load of slack sticking out the end, making it look like, I'll show my age here, the hair bear bunch. Anybody else who knows what I mean, well, you're showing your age as well. Right, I'm just winding that on. I've got it going a bit. Here we go, the tool. These aren't expensive, these things. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I think it was about, if it was a £5, that would have been it. Yeah, so here we go. Oh dear. Yeah, well, it's jumping up the post a little bit. We really could do with something. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to utilise the old GoPro bag. I'll stick that under there like that, under the neck. Take this camera right about the way. Ah, now we're rocking. Look at that. There we go. Take that. That'll keep some tension on that, but keep it nice and low where I want it. And do that. Ah, the magic of GoPro. See, they're useful for all sorts of things. Up there. They do tend to jump off these a little bit. They're not the best of fits, but like I said, they're not the most expensive. Now, yeah, you can get battery powered, like automatic ones, but I'm not very keen on them myself. Then again, horses for courses and all that. Right, here's the 24 one. Better now. Doesn't take too long to put them on. I'll do it a lot quicker when I'm not filming it. There we go. So this one, just tip the guitar over it, through the hole at the back. There it goes. Bring it around. Right, and then we get to there. So again, I'm going to take it to that point there. and cut it there, a little bit extra, just for good measure, because it takes no harm to put a bit extra on, doesn't really matter. I'm not massively happy with that A string wind, so we'll see if we can do this one a bit neater. To put like a pro, that one definitely doesn't look like a pro's done it, that's for certain. Alright, so here we go, just around she goes, and again, that's looking better. There we go, nice neat wind on that one. There's enough on the post to keep it tight, not that it slip, but not enough that it's loads of bolt on there, and it works out perfect. Now I'm going to do the G string, the one that always makes me laugh because I'm a huge child. Up there, always be careful that doesn't happen when you're undoing them and you pull it and kink it. You don't want to do that, get a knot in it. So I'm going to set this up, spin it over, and we're going to go through the G string hole, so the 4th hole. And we're coming along. Right, now we've got 2 posts left, so we're going to go like that, cut it there. Here's the secret bit coming up on the next one though. Right, so again, just going to wind that one so we get it where it's nice and straight. I'm going to shove it in the hole. Yep, there. Can't hit the hole. Gentlemen, keep it clean, please. Alright, and around she goes. There we go, just nicely flip down for me there. And do that. I can entirely see why people would go for the battery powered ones, the automatic ones. I just think you just old school, I guess. I just like to know that I've got a feel for it and I can feel with both hands how much tension I'm putting on. I think there's the tendency or the possibility of overdoing it with those ones and you end up just snapping the string. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to leave my tuner out, so I'll get my phone out because I use a tuning app on my phone rather than a physical tuner. And here we go, just undo this. Now this is the B string. Yeah. Anybody who's unsure still of how to name your strings, then you shouldn't really be restringing a guitar, but just in case you're not, you've got 2 rhymes you can use. You can either use elephants and dogs grow big ears, or Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, for the obvious. Now then, we've got a problem here, we don't have 2 posts, so what we've got to do is we've got to go to where the post is it's going to, then come back, so you measure your 2 posts. Now with these thinner ones, I do tend to give them just a little bit extra, so about 1 centimetre extra on, just to they're not going to slip because they can be awkward these, and it's sometimes a better idea just to push a little bit more through, just so that they don't slip out like that. And then I'm just going to turn that camera so it gets that a little bit more. And then once you've got it through, there's nothing to say you can't just go back and snip off that end at the end of the process. Just, oh, see what I did there? Jumped over. These ones are really awkward for anything like that. Not just these strings, but any string. These Alexa strings though are a really nice string. Yes, they're a little bit more money, quite a bit more money, but you know, that GoPro really has been a pain in the bum now. Right, so just going to make the guitar that way a bit. In fact, I'll just do this by hand, it'll be easier. Right, this one's got to go underneath our little saddle there, just to keep it in place. So see how that's behaving nicely there, it's not jumping off, it's not doing anything awkward. And there we go, and that little saddle is making that just go on exactly the right place. So here we go. Just taking up the slack. We're not in a rush. And winding that on. So I'll move it over here a bit. I'm going to use that because it'll be on forever the other way. There we go. That makes it look quicker, doesn't it? And then what I'll do, as I said, at the end, I'll just snip off that excess. So I've got sticking through. So we keep that string looking as neat as all the others. And I'm just making sure that they're sitting in the right place at both ends. So they're sitting in the nut here in the right gap, and it's sitting in the middle of the little saddle back there in the right gap. Alright, so that's that one. Definitely not in tune. Right, okay. And now the really thin number 9. Here we go. These things are so thin. It's crazy. Very important when you're doing this, and I don't think anybody would, but don't take all the strings out the packets and put them down and then start and try and work out which string's which. You'd have to be, well, if you do that, you've certainly set yourself up for a bit of a nightmare. Okay, so again, we've got this situation where we come into there, so we don't obviously have any more nuts to measure it by, so we're just going to take it to there, come back the 2, put that centimetre or so on, snip it there, like that. And make sure we get all those because they can be quite nasty at the end. And then with this one again, threaded through, plenty through, because we're going to trim it off at the end, because if you don't, they just slip out and you end up spending ages trying to get them back in. So, and once you've got a kink in them, it makes it a little bit more awkward with these thinner ones. The big string, the big thick E string, obviously we had that on purpose mishap earlier on. Still don't believe I wound out the wrong way. Never mind. And then, oop, there, jumped off again. See, got enough on there to wind that on just by putting a little bit extra through. Now if I hadn't done that, it would have already jumped out and slipped out about 3 or 4 times, and there'd be a lot of beeps on this video. These are the things that you learn either by watching something like this, or by getting yourself in a situation where you beep a lot. Right, so just not putting too much tension on this string, because obviously what I'm going to do is I'm going to very quickly just snip that string off there. That's that one gone, and then that one there. Oop, there, missed it. We missed that one. Can't really see what I'm doing, so we'll just go, there we go, that's got it. Right, so just keep that, I'll put that on the desk there. Okay, so definitely not sounding at its best. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put the tuner where we can see it. I'll use guitar tuner for this. Put that there, like that, we should be able to see it. Now for some reason my tuner is in Spanish, don't know why. There we go, so I'm going to just take it up so it hits there. How to use the tuner app. Don't worry too much about being bang on, don't worry about being fret rattly either, because it's laid on its back. Oh, well, that wasn't a bad. Up there. Wasn't a bad guess, that one, was it? Alright, and then this one. Ooh, that's way down, so there we go. And the next one. There we are, and then this one. You see, I'm not worried that they're not bang on yet. And there's the A, it thinks it's a B, so right, so now we've got the guitar back roughly in tune. I'm now going to take the strings and I'm going to stretch them like that, and pull them right up, just give them a good stretch, as much as I do. Now when I try and tune them again, it'll be right out, so I'll just press tuner, go back to scratch, there we go. Now I'll probably end up doing this about 3 or 4 times. There we go, it's tuned up again. Right, and then stretch them again. There we go, good pull. These Elixir ones usually use 2 or 3 stretches and they're okay. Go up there. See, it's getting less and less each time. That A string didn't move at all. And then she's been a bit awkward. Oh, get it. Yeah. If you hit that like that, it won't do it. Just take it down to just below, and you've got it there. And there we go. Now the guitar at the minute will have a bit of a rattle to it because it was on its back, but once you put it like that, there we go. All very nice and all done. Beautiful now with new set of 9s on. Spot on.